Today, I am reviewing the Migusky Cordless Vacuum Cleaner. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. I spent the last 2 weeks putting the Migusky Atlas900 cordless vacuum to the test in a house with a shedding golden retriever and a mix of hardwood and high-pile carpet, and honestly, the results were a lot more interesting than I expected for a vacuum at this price point. If you have been looking for an alternative to the big-name brands that cost 3 times as much, you have probably seen this thing pop up in your search results. I wanted to see if the specs, specifically that 55 kPa suction rating, actually held up in real-world cleaning. The first thing that hits you when you unbox this is the build quality. It feels surprisingly sturdy for a plastic-heavy design. The self-standing feature is something I didn't think I would care about until I actually started using it. Being able to just leave it standing in the middle of the room to move a chair or answer the door without it sliding down and hitting the floor is a massive convenience that more manufacturers need to adopt. Now, let's talk about that hurricane mode. They advertise a red ring on the handle that you pull to jump to max power, and it works exactly as described. It is loud, and it definitely drains the battery faster, but the suction power is genuinely impressive. I tested it on a rug that my dog loves to nap on, and it pulled out embedded hair that my previous stick vacuum consistently left behind. If you're a pet owner, that V-shaped anti-tangle brush head is the real highlight here. I have long hair, and the dog sheds constantly, and I'm happy to report that I didn't have to spend time cutting hair off the roller, even once during my testing period. The 70-minute battery life is a big claim, and I have to be clear about this. You're only getting that 70 minutes if you keep it on the lowest eco setting. If you are running this on the hurricane mode, or even the high power setting, that battery drops much faster. For a standard apartment or a mid-sized house, it is perfectly fine, but if you have a massive home with wall-to-wall carpet, you might find yourself needing to recharge before you finish the upstairs. If you want to see the current pricing or check out the specific model details, you can find the link in the description below the video. The LED display is actually useful, not just a gimmick. It gives you real-time alerts if there's a clog, which happened once when I accidentally sucked up a large piece of craft paper. It told me exactly what was wrong, which saved me from blindly poking around inside the tube. The aromatherapy tablets are a bit of a strange addition, I will admit. It leaves a light, clean scent in the room as you vacuum, which is nice if you have that dusty vacuum smell, but I wouldn't buy it specifically for that feature. It is a nice to have, but not a deal maker. Where this vacuum falls short is the weight distribution. Because the motor and battery are at the top, if you are doing a long cleaning session, you're going to feel it in your wrist. It is not overly heavy, but it is top-heavy, and that is just the nature of this design. Also, while the 1.8-liter dust cup is large, emptying it can be a little bit messy if you've packed it full of fine dust and dog hair. You have to be careful when you hit the release button, or you might end up with a little cloud of dust right back on the floor you just cleaned. I think this vacuum is perfect for someone who has a mix of flooring and a pet, and who is tired of dealing with cords but doesn't want to drop $800 on a luxury brand. It is a workhorse, and for the price, it performs well above its weight class. However, if you are someone who hates maintenance, or if you have a very large home with thick carpeting that requires max power for every single room, you might find the battery limitation a bit frustrating. Overall, the Migusky Atlas900 feels like a sensible, practical choice. It doesn't feel like a high-end luxury item, but it does exactly what you need it to do. It picks up the dirt, it handles pet hair better than most, and the self-standing feature makes it very easy to live with day to day. If you are interested in picking one up, remember to check the links below to see if there are any current deals or coupons available. It is a solid, honest tool that gets the job done without the unnecessary fluff, and for most households, that is exactly what you're looking for.